This is 2 Samuel 22:3. The power of my rock, in him will I trust. He is my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower and my refuge, my savior. Thou savest me from violence. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Aquat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shabab Amwan back at you with another lesson. All right. There's going to be a little quick hit exhortation regarding the Rice Krispy treat. All right. And basically, as a matter of fact, let me grab this real quick. This is Isaiah 19:4. And it says, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the power of hosts. All right. And we know that cruel Lord, all right, goes back to, DT. Okay. And right now, all right, he is ruling over everyone with these draconian laws that's being pushed out. All right. And he's basically making his own society fall apart. Okay. That's why everybody else here is falling apart also. All right. Because as the scriptures tell you, how the king is how his people is. Let's grab that real quick. This is, and everything that he's doing, all these draconian laws that he's bringing, all right, is just, again, making this place fall apart. And eventually what he's trying to do is he's making it fall. It's all orchestrated. He's making it fall apart on purpose. All right. Because he's trying to usher in this new world order. Okay. And all these things that are happening, him taking away the benefits of America, the things that everybody was benefiting off. He's doing it on purpose to make you lean onto Egypt. You see? So let's grab that real quick about what I was just saying. This is Ecclesiastes 10. All right. And 1, it says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. All right. And we know this devil's not well ordered. All right. He's bringing total destruction, total chaos, total confusion to this place. All right. And here it is that everybody wanted to make, all right, America great again. All right. But that ain't gonna happen. Okay. See, as he's trying to make America great again, all right, the prophets out here is making Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai great again. All right. And that's who's next at the end of the day. All right. So it says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Okay. An unwise king destroyeth his people, you see, and he's destroying this place little by little. But through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Okay. So it says, the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and in due time he will set it over. He will set over it one that is profitable. Okay. And that's when Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right, Yahweh intervenes. All right. And he's going to set Yahweh Shai. All right. That, as the scriptures say, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. All right. But when the wicked bearers rule, the people mourn. All right. The people are mourning. And he's doing that on purpose. He got you mourning for a reason, because that's how he's going to make you lean to his ways. Okay, let's grab this real quick. This is Isaiah 36:6, and it says, lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. All right. And that's going to be the total confusion of this place, man. You believing that America was going to be great again. All right. There's no way that America's going to be able to recuperate, man. America's on their last string. All right. They're barely holding on. All right. And if Satan cast out Satan, let's grab that. This is Matthew. Matthew 12:26, and it says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself, and how shall then his kingdom stand? All right. So that's why America's falling. All right. Because Satan is casting out Satan. All right. He's bringing these draconian laws. All right. And the people are starting to realize, well, our people don't realize. All right. But these other Egyptians, you know, Egyptian is turning against Egyptian. All right. Which is going into all these Babylonians down here. All right. They're all turning against each other. And the only ones that seem to be asleep is our people. And 2/3 of our people are not woke. And those are the ones that he's really trying to gain to lean toward him. You see, because he already knows this place is done, man. He knows this time is short. That's why he's coming with great wrath, as the scriptures tell you, man. All right. But what is he going to try to do? He's going to try to bring as many as he can down with him. All right. And by him bringing this place down, all right, it's making it easier, all right, for him to grab our people and make them lean upon him. All right. And again, they've taken away all these benefits from the people in America. All right. People are becoming more homeless. You know, people are not having more jobs are being taken away. OK, that dollar is about to collapse, and they're about to usher in this digital currency. All right. All these are tactics. All right. For them to usher in that MOTB. OK, to usher in that Rice Krispy treat. All right. Because once this place is done, they're going to panic. All right. And once people start, you know, going against each other and, you know, survival of the fittest happens out here. All right. They're going to have that solution, that Hegelian dialect. All right. Problem, reaction, solution. All right. They cause the problem. All right. They already know how the people are going to react, you know, and watching them and laughing at them react to it is how they're just going to come and usher in the solution. All right. And the solution is going to be, all right, that Rice Krispy treat. All right. But see, we don't fear in those things, man. We don't fear none of that, because we know that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is about to make his way and about to make his appearance. You see, we know that we're making Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai great again. Okay. Not America, as the scriptures tell you in Jeremiah, right? They would have healed Babylon, but they're not going to heal Babylon. Babylon can't be healed, man. This place is done. Okay. It's just fulfilled with too much wickedness, man. And because of the wickedness of this place, all right, it has to be taken out of it has to be taken out of his rulership. Okay. So let's grab this real quick. Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk 2. And I'll take it from 3 and jump down a little bit. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come. It will not tarry. All right. The vision is set for an appointed time. The Lord does everything in a certain manner, man. And he has a time, a date, a place for everything. You see, it says, and at the end it shall speak, and we're at the end. This is why the prophets is out on these highways and hedges constantly speaking the same word, sounding like a broken record onto the people, man. Because the Lord, if you understand the scriptures and you read, you understand that the Lord was always repetitive in the scriptures, telling you the same thing over and over again, because our people are hard-headed, man. All right. And that's the crazy part, that our people know, they see what's going on, but because they're under that strong delusion and they want to go back to normal, you know, they're so caught up in their pleasures and their sins, and they want to go back to those pleasures and sins. You know, they can't see it. They can't see past their cruel Lord. All right. They think that this is who they have to stay under rulership forever. You see? But those that have hope in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah know what's to come, man. And we know that righteousness is going to be set in this place, man. All right. A new heaven and a new earth where there dwell in righteousness. We cannot wait for that, man. That's the faith and the patience of the saints. You see? So it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it. Yeah, and we're constantly waiting for it. And waiting for it is showing the faith and the patience of the saints. Patience means suffering, man. We're suffering here, waiting for Yahweh Shah to make that move. All right, while this devil continues to get away with everything that he's doing, you know. But the Lord is laughing at him in them heavens, man. Okay. It says, because it shall surely come and it will not tarry. Okay. I'll just keep reading. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. All right. Very proud. Okay. DT is talking the most proud ever. All right. And he just walk around nonchalant like ain't nothing about to pop off. You know, that's the pride of this devil's heart, man. The pride of thine heart has deceived thee, man. All right. And ultimately it's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah that got him in that state of mind, man. Got him on the strong delusion, thinking that, you know, as the scripture says, that they think that their houses are going to be forever, man. You see, that their houses will be established forever. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Their houses shall be established forever, KJV. I believe it's in Psalms 49 and 11. And it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. All right. And we know that these devils, all right, these other nations, all right, they basically they name their lands after their own names. All right. America goes back to Amerigo Vespucci. All right. And then you got Africa goes to Africanus. You know, that's what it means that these devils they name their lands after their own names. All right, but the main focal point was that their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. That's a whole lot of pride, man. You see? Hold on real quick. Okay. Salakia. Neighbor was outside. I didn't know if I had to roll up them windows. So going back to Habakkuk, all right, 2 and 4, it says, behold, his soul, which is lifted up and is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Yeah, and you see that, man. This devil here in his own world, man. He's not a keeper at home. He don't even care about his own kind, man. He'll destroy his own kind to save his pride. You see, to get his agenda working. All right, because it's more than a physical thing that's happening, man. This thing is all spiritual, man. Okay, it's deep. It says he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell. Yeah, everything that this devil does, he loves hell, man. He has made that covenant with death and hell. All right, he is one that was given the blessing to take peace from the earth, man. All right, so everything that he does is it brings hell upon our people, and it brings hell upon this place. Okay. And hell is not a place that these Christians constantly try to brainwash people with, that, oh, you know, you die and you're going to go to hell. Nah, we are in hell. We live in hell right now, man. This is why we got to get the hell up out of here. Because we live in constant hell under the rulership of this damn devil. All right. And any devil that was before him. All right. Which this is going to be the last one. All right. The last trump. Right. It says, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. See, he's never satisfied with the things that he has, man. See, here it is. This devil has everything in the world, and he's still not satisfied with what he has, man. He has to bring out more bloodshed. He has to heap it, like it's going to tell you next. but gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people. And how's he going to do that? He going to bring all these nations together under one rulership, man. All right, that new world order, one religion, one world government. Okay, and ultimately is them bringing that Rice Krispy treat in. That's how he's going to heap all these nations, all these peoples together. All right. So, with that being said, all right, let's grab. Matter of fact, as I said that, let's just grab that real quick. This is Revelation 13. All right. Because again, all these things that are being set, all these laws that are being set, all these events that are happening, they're all going to lead to one thing, man. Is this new world order, all right? And it's going to lead to that RFID, all right? C-HIP, and we know that, all right? We could see the brothers is piping out all day and all night, all right? Bringing out all different types of prophecy, all different types of news, all right? Showing you what's to come. And the only ones that are woke is the 1/3. The rest of these people are asleep, man. All right. What happens when you sleep? You miss the party. You see, you slept too long. You overslept. All right. That's why the Lord's going to come like a thief in the night, man, because these people going to be asleep, not knowing what's going on because you trusted in this damn nation, man. You trusted in Esau, thinking that he going to make America great again, man. He himself knows that he not even you know that he's damn, what I lost a brain fart. All right, he even understands that it ain't gonna it's not gonna last, man. You see, and that's why he's trying to make these moves. All right, he's trying to overthrow the Lord, but he can't, because what the Lord wrote and what the Lord has for prophecy is going to happen, man, whether he likes it or not, at the end of the day, right? So it says, this is Revelation 13 and 16, and it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. All right, see, showing you that he's going to have everybody in the world is going to be tested in this, you see, to receive a mark in the right hand or in his foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay. And it says, here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right. So this is what's being placed, and man, that beast system is being placed right before our eyes, man. This is why they continually hit you with the gradualism, man. And they give all these different things, like they just mandated out there in the UK, all right, digital IDs, and everybody's trying to push to digital IDs. All these different, you know, you got the WEF, whatever, the WHO, all them. All right, they're all coming together day and night, man, because they're constantly plotting on how to bring this beast system together. If you think that all these nations ain't in cahoots with each other, man, you bugged out. Okay. All these nations have top elites. All right. The top elites goes back to the Esau and his, 13 bloodlines. But then you have these other nations that have their own little top elites, and they all sit at the round table together, man. And they think about ways to destroy this place. All right. And to destroy our people. As a matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. Psalms 83. All right. It says 83:1. It says, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. You see, they make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. That's what they do day and night. Okay, day and night they are constantly coming up with crafty counsel. All right, let me grab this real quick. Come on. For they sleep not unless they cause some to fall. KJV. This is Proverbs 4:16. It says, for they sleep not except they have done mischief. See, that's what I mean. They're constantly up all day long, all night, trying to plot on our people, man. As the scriptures tell you, the wicked plotteth against the just. All right. And he gnashes his teeth. All right. So daily, on a daily basis, all right, they are constantly making moves, man. These people don't sleep. These demons don't sleep. They're constantly involved with their witchcrafts, man. And they sleep not except they have done mischief. And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Okay. As a matter of fact, let's grab this. This is Micah. All right. Micah 2:1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. You see? It says, and they covet fields and take them by violence in their houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man and his heritage. All right. So these devils never sleep, man. They're constantly plotting on our people, man. And they have the power to do that because the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You see? So when you have all that power, you can set the rules that you want in this place, man. And that's why this place is falling apart, because the rules that they're setting, all right, got the people sitting here wondering, like, what the hell is this about? And this is why the people, you know, that great insurrection, that's why the people gonna not regard their princes and their kings, as the scriptures tell you in 2nd Ezra 15 chapter, all right? They're gonna stand up and fight, all right? Eventually making this place collapse on its own, which is all orchestrated, you know, and orchestrated from on high, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You see? So going back to Psalms 83, it says, they have taken crafty counsel, okay, against thy people. If you read in the NLT, it says they devise crafty schemes against your people. They conspire against your precious ones. Yeah, they all conspire together, okay? It says they have said, come and let us cut them all from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. You see, and that's why they want to bring this Rice Krispy tree, and they want to bring in that transhumanism, and they want to get rid of you. All right, to the point where they're trying to turn you into cyborgs, man. So the nation of Israel no more exists. Okay, because again, he's not a keeper at home, so he could care less about his own people. All right, it's all about taking the Israelite man out of here, man. And in the world to come, there is no room for an Israelite man. They just want this place to be, it's almost like what Pac said back in those days. It's a white man's world. That's how they want this place to be ran, as a white man's world. All right. And you are the slave. And you're going to continue to build and build and build for them. That's their thought, thinking that their house is going to continue forever, but the Lord's going to intervene. You see, he's going to lift that standard up. All right, because he promised these things. That's why the Lord gave you the playbook, the manual to follow, and to give that, to put your full trust in him. Okay. It says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them all from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Okay, let's read that in the NLT. It says, come, they say, let us wipe out Israel as a nation. We will destroy the very memory of its existence. Okay. 5 says, for they have consulted together. All right. NLT says, yes, this was their unanimous decision. Okay. For they have consulted together with one consent. All right, that one consent, that's why they want to bring in that one world, that new world order, that one world government, okay, under a Luciferian a doctrine, all right, because they're all coming together as one, all these wicked ass nations together, and then hoping that all the Israelites follow them, man. But we know that only 66.6% of our people going to be destroyed, and the 1/3 is going to listen to the voice of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, and put their trust in them. You see? It says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. And here it goes. It tells you the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites and of Moab and the Hagarenes, okay? Going into Ammon and Amalek, all right? These are all these different nations, all right, that are coming together, all right, to destroy our people, man. All right. So let's go back to Revelation 13, all right, and 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, all right, the whole entire world to receive that what? That charagma, okay, which is going to be an actual physical MARK being embedded into your skin, into your flesh, right? Going into the charagma, going into charax, all right, and then going into what? Grapho, all right, which let's just grab it anyway, just in case we have newbies, all right. When you go into the word charagma, all right, MARK originally goes into the word in Greek, which is the charagma, and the charagma goes into a stamp and an imprinted MARK, you see, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the anti-Hamashiach, you see. So in order for it to be imprinted, it has to be physical, okay? You got bug outs that'll tell you something spiritual, you know? You got all different types of philosophies out here, man. But it's going to be an actual physical MARK, all right? And when you go into that word charagma, the root word of charagma goes into charax, all right, which means a pail or a stake, okay? And when you see what they're trying to inject that into your body with, that's exactly what it is. It's like a stake. A stake is something that pierces your skin, pierces into the ground, all right? So, as a matter of fact, when you go down to the Strong's definitions, it goes into carasso. It says to sharpen to a point, you see? Through the idea of scratching. Yeah, scratching on the surface of your skin. Okay? It says, by implication, okay, a palisade or a rampart, military mound for circumvallation in a siege, a trench. If you look at a trench, all right, in the war, in warfare, all right, a trench is when they dig like a little groove in the dirt. All right, that's exactly what it's going to be inside your skin. Okay, it's like almost putting something into a trench. They're going to make that trench into your skin, and then they release it in there, man. Okay, by that stake. All right, and then we know that Carax goes into grapho. All right, and it goes into basically, to give information, to give directions. All right, to give directions is to have a GPS. Basically, a GPS gives you directions. All right, so they're going to be able to pinpoint where you're at all times. All right, to write and to write things that are not forgotten. Taking information, data. Okay, through what? Through computers, man. All right, data is transferred through computer. That's why we live in what you call the fourth industrial revelation of things, man. The fourth industrial revolution of things, Salakia. All right, which is the internet of things. Everything is smart this, smart that, smartphone, smart car. All right, everything eventually is going to turn into smart cities and digital. You see, everything is being more convenient. All right, they're trying to make it as easy as possible and as appealing to the eye as possible to the people, because our people are already caught up in Satan's devices, man. All right, and the scriptures tell you not to be ignorant to Satan's devices, but our people love the devices of Esau. All right, so to them, it's going to be cool. It's going to be like, wow, man, this shit is dope as hell. Like, you could do this, you could do that, but not knowing that that's your destruction right there, man. None of that shit is cool. That shit is all weird as hell, man. When you really look at technology, it's weird as hell, man, because it's a constant watch, even to the point where you have this AI stuff, man. And that's another thing. We're in the time of AI, so they're able to fool you with all this AI. All right, because you can do cool things with AI, but AI is on a whole nother level, to the point where it's even exposing these devil's plans, So, that word Karax goes into grapho. All right. So let's go back. All right. As a matter of fact, let me grab this. This is Revelations 3 and 10. All right. It says, because thou hast kept, and this is written in red, all right, the blood of Yahweh Shai. Okay. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. All right. Meaning what? These scriptures, man. Keeping yourself in this truth, man, and not falling away from it, man, and not letting it slip out your hands. Right. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. So us keeping this word and constantly suffering in his word, man, all right, for righteousness' sake, all right, the Lord is going to keep us from the hour of temptation. He's going to keep us far away from that. This is why you got to constantly put your trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, no matter what the problem is, man. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see, that's the MOTB being mandated upon the earth, man. The hour of temptation is right around the corner. All right. They already started testing you when it came, in 2020 with the pandemic. And they came out with the Yo Jabba Jabbas, they had everybody. You had all these bug outs taking the Yo Jabba Jabba. Look at you now. A lot of them, ended up fucked up. A lot of them died, and the ones that are still alive, they done put a whole bunch of them inside their body already. Not understanding that I was all in cahoots with what's about to come, because they wanted that GO in your body. Go look that up. All right. I don't want to say the whole word, but the oxide. Okay. And the G, if you've been paying attention, you know what it is. All right. We don't have to continue to say these things, man. It's been out there over and over and over again. All right. Bringing in that NANO technology, into your body. All that goes in cahoots with it, man. Making it easier for you to connect to the system, because we ourselves are like a Wi-Fi. So these devils want to make you basically, that phone. They want to make you that Wi-Fi now. Okay. So it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. And we're about to be tried, man. You see? It says, behold, I come quickly. Yeah, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is on his way, man. It says, hold that fast which thou hast, meaning this truth, man. Hold on to it. It says that no man take thy crown. All right. Yeah, nothing is going to separate us from the love of a Mashiach, man. All right. We have to continue to fight the good fight of faith all the way to the end. All right. Strive for the truth, even until death, even if it means and requires us to die, man. Because if we die, we know it's a testimony unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, which is just going to be brothers as a testimony for Yahweh Shai that are going to be beheaded for not taking that MARK, man. All right. As a testimony unto the people. All right. To show that you truly believed and have faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Right. Let's grab this. As a matter of fact, this is 2 Peter's 2. This is 2 and 9, and it says, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. You see? But chiefly them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanness and despise government. Presumptuous are they, self-willed. They are not afraid to speak evil of dignities, man. All right. But the point is that the Lord know how to deliver those that truly believe out of all temptations, man. And brothers have countless testimonies on how the Lord has got us out of so many things, man, to make us have that faith boost in us, man. All right. As a matter of fact, look at the brother that was out there in Canada that, you know, you had Esau pulling out a whole blicky on them, all right, and the blicky wasn't even loaded. We didn't find that out till later, all right, but you see, the Lord delivered him out of that situation, man. That's a faith booster onto the house of Israel, man. All right, to the house of David, because we see those things happen. All right, and it gives us that boost of faith, knowing that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, God is men. Okay, so let's grab this. What do I want? Oh, Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah. Matter of fact, let me grab this first. Proverbs 3 and 5. And it says, trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. All right. Yeah, we don't lean to our own understanding. We have the understanding and the mind of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai, man. So as long as you are following the steps of Yahweh Shai, man, nothing could go wrong. All right. Because you could do nothing against the truth before the truth, right? So everything that we've learned, as the scriptures tell you, is written for your learning. Okay, everything aforetime is written for your learning. All right, and what does it tell you in Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, man? All right, matter of fact, let's grab that. This is Ecclesiastes 2 and 10, and it says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord Yahweh Shai is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in the time of affliction." You see, that's him intervening, all right, in the time of temptations, man, and he knows how to deliver us from those temptations. You see? So going back to Proverbs 3 and 5, trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him and he shall direct thy paths. You see? All right. The Lord directed your footsteps, man. As the scriptures tell you, man's goings is of the Lord. So how can a man understand his own way? All right. When you are spiritually in tune with the Lord, man, the Lord will constantly direct your steps in righteousness in the right path, man, and keep you away from temptation. All right, because you have that protection hedge around you. You got the angels that are stirring you in the right direction. Okay, let's grab this. This is Jeremiah 17. All right, and 5. There he goes again. Here go this Edomite real quick. Let me put my shit up. Sound like this Edomite. He'd be on some extra shit. So this is Jeremiah 17 and 5. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man." Okay. See, cursed be the man that trusted in man. And all these people out here, right, that are not woke, that don't believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, they're going to trust in Mr. DT. Okay, Mr. Nero. They're going to believe in everything that he says, everything that he has to offer. Why? Because they want to make America great again. All right. They want to go back to living in wickedness and pleasure. All right. And pleasures that only going to last the season, because at the end of the day, the Lord's about to destroy this place, man. You see? So it says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm." Okay. See, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is our arm, man. All right. An arm grabs something, right? An arm can hold something. You see, so the Lord, you know, comes with his arm and he holds on to us, man. He protects us, you know. Just imagine it's just me just using it as a metaphor, but you know, someone that's strong, that has a strong arm, someone's about to get attacked, all right, and you throw your arm in the way to whatever, take a bullet, take a knife, all right. The Lord's bringing his arm to protect us from anything that's going to come near us. You see? But these people, all right, rather take the arm of Esau, all right, of this government, and put their trust in that. You see? As a matter of fact, let me grab this, making me think about that. Hosea, I believe it's the 10th chapter. Yeah, 12. And actually, I really want 13. But I want it from the NLT. But let me read it on the KJV real quick. This is Hosea 10 and 12. It says, sow to yourselves in righteousness, reap in mercy. All right, that's what we constantly have to reap in mercy, man. Hoping that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh shall have mercy upon our household. Break up your fallow ground. Yeah, it's time for you to break up all that wickedness that you had in your mind, man. All right. When you break up fallow ground, man, you breaking up the ground, you breaking up soil. All right. And you're able to plant a good seed in that, which that good seed is Yahweh Shai. And what happens? All right. You feed it with this water, this truth. All right. And it grows. You're able to grow because you're in good soil. You see, but if you have a hard ground, all right, you ain't gonna be able to plant nothing in that, man. If that ground doesn't have good soil, you're not gonna be able to plant. You see, you're not gonna be able to plant anything. So it says, break up your fallow ground. All right, turn your mind into good soil so the Lord could plant His seed in you, right, and have you grow into that righteous plant. It says, for it is the time to seek the Lord Yahweh till He come and rain righteousness upon you. You see? It says, you have plowed wickedness, ye have reaped iniquity, ye have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou did trust in thy way, in the multitude of thy mighty men. Yeah, you putting your trust and your faith in this place, America. Okay? You have eaten fruit of lies. The lies that these people have fed you over and over and over again. They have fed you so many lies that you actually believe in these lies. That's some delusional shit. You sound like these women out here, man. That they lie so damn much that they believe their own damn lies. You know? It says, really what I wanted is in the NLT. Check this out. It says, I said, plant the good seeds of righteousness, and you will harvest the crop of love. Plow up the hard ground of your hearts, for now is the time to seek the Lord Yahweh, that He may come and shower righteousness upon you. But you have cultivated wickedness and harvested a thriving crop of sins. You have eaten the fruit of lies, trusting in your military might, believing that great armies could make your nation safe. You see? And that's what these people, they count on DT to make this nation safe again. That's why when they come and tell you peace and safety, all right, because peace and safety will basically mean that everything is all good and safe, right? That's why sudden destruction is going to come upon this place, man. All right? To all these nations, all right, and most of all to our people, 2/3 of our people that didn't want to hearken on to this word, man. You see? Let's read that again. It says, but you have eaten the fruit of lies, trusting in your military might. See, these people believe in the military might because they see all this power that these elites got, man, that these governments got, but not knowing that those powers were set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. You know, He puts in rulership who He wants. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's grab that. And Daniel, I believe, He setteth up kings, KJV. Daniel 2:21. And He changes the times and the seasons. Let me grab everyone up. This is Daniel 2 and 20, it says, Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of Yahweh forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings, and he setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise, and knowledge to them that know understanding. So all this setup that's being put out there is of the Lord, man. The Lord is allowing it for it to be set up the way it is. But just to take your ass out of the way, man. You see, that's why the one that's a king today shall die tomorrow, as the scriptures say. That's why the kingdom is being translated from one people to another, man. Because it's all in the hands of the Lord. Okay? The Lord mustereth. Let me grab that. I believe it's he mustereth the host of the fight. He mustereth the host of the fight, KJV. Mustereth the host of the battle, KJV. It's not coming up. Hold on. It's that word. Salakia. It's not coming up. Oh, I got you right here. This is 13, Isaiah 13, and this is 13 and 4. It says, the noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord, here's the point, the Lord Yahweh of hosts mustereth the host of the battle, man. Everything is controlled by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. So what happens is allowed from on high. Okay. Whether it be righteousness or wickedness. All right. There's a purpose for it, man. All right. It's because prophecy has to take over. All right. And we know that Yahweh Shai, all right, is the spirit of prophecy. Okay. That's why you're supposed to be preaching prophecy onto the world, man. You're not supposed to be preaching nonsense, man. All right. If you're not preaching prophecy onto the world, then you are not a prophet, man. You ain't nothing. All right. Because the true prophets are going to preach, all right, the destruction of this place, man. And they're going to preach prophecy. Prophet is what? Someone that tells you the things before. Prophecy means to tell you before it happens, man. So we're telling you what's going to happen before it does. All right. So when it does come to pass, right, then thou shalt know that there was a prophet among you, as the scriptures tell you, man. That's why we prepare our people, man. None of these harlot houses out here are preparing our people for the battle, man. None of these people are preparing our people for what's to come. Okay, all they're trying to do is come up against the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. That's the worst thing you could do, is try to come up against the word of the Lord, man. All right, because the Lord gonna make you look stupid. All right, so let me go back to where was I? In Hosea 10. All right, and I'm gonna read that one more time. In the NLT 10 and 13, it says, but you have cultivated wickedness and harvested a thriving crop of sins. You have eaten the fruit of lies, trusting in your military might, believing that great armies could make your nation safe, man. And none of these people are going to make this nation safe again, man. The Lord is going to completely destroy, eradicate this place, man, off the planet, off the face of the earth, man. All right, to never be inhabited again. All right, let me grab a couple other scriptures. Oh, let me go back to Jeremiah. Yep, Jeremiah 17. All right. Jeremiah 17 and 5. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord Yahweh. You see? For he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land, and not inhabit it. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord Yahweh, and whose hope the Lord is. You see? So we're gonna always put that trust in the Lord, man. That's a commandment that the Lord gave us, man. He said, blessed is the man that put his trust, okay? He said, cursed be the man that put his trust in man. So he telling you, don't do that. Make Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai your refuge, right? Make him that protection hedge. Okay? Let me see what it says in NLT real quick. It says, this is what the Lord Yahweh says. Cursed are those who put their trust in mere humans. You see, as a matter of fact, let's grab Isaiah 31. All right. And I want 3, but I'll just read it from the top. It says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots because there are many, and in horsemen because they are very strong. Yeah, because they have all that military might, all that power. All right. So people saying they have, man, they have all this power, man. We can't do nothing against them. We just got to listen to them. You know, if you can't beat them, join them. That's their mentality, man. Okay. So it says, because there are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord Yahweh. Yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words. Yeah. All right. The Lord's going to give you great wisdom, man. All right. He's going to give you wisdom. All right. And he's going to bring great disaster to this place, man. And he's not going to change his mind when he does it. All right. He's just going straight destroy. That's why that he allows these devils to make their sins reach onto the heavens. So when the Lord comes to destroy, he is not going to change his mind, man. All right. He's not going to make his words void, as the scriptures tell you. All right. As a matter of fact, it shall not come back onto me void, KJV, which is Isaiah 55. Yep. 55:11. And it says, so shall my word be. This is 55:11. So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. All right. The Lord's word is not going to come back onto him void, man. All right. Let's go back to Isaiah 31:2. It says, yet he also is wise, and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers, and against the help of them that work iniquity. Yeah, any of you that are out here helping this damn devil, man, you're gonna catch hella judgment with his ass, man. And even worse for our people, if you're an Israelite and you helping this damn devil, all right, accomplish his agenda, all right, the Lord gonna F your ass up, man, on a whole nother level for not putting the trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You see? It says, now the Egyptians are men and not, it says not God, and not Yahweh, basically. And their horses flesh, you see? They're flesh. That's why the Lord said, don't put your trust, all right? Curses he that maketh man his, let's grab that again. I don't want to butcher it. In Jeremiah 17, maketh flesh his arm. Thus saith the Lord, 17:5, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm. You see? These horses, these people that are in power, they are flesh. All right. So you're not supposed to lean onto these people, man. It says, now the Egyptians, all right, which The Egyptians is going to all these Babylonians out here, man. All right, remember, we are spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay, it says now the Egyptians are men and not power. Okay, not Yahweh, and their houses flesh. I mean, Salaki, their horses, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord Yahweh shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. You see? Let's grab that in the NLT. It says, for these Egyptians are mere humans, not God. Their horses are puny flesh, not mighty spirits. When the Lord Yahweh raises his fist against them, those who help will stumble, and those being helped will fall, and they will all fall down and die together. You see? And again, this is all being orchestrated in front of your face, all right? And that's why there's so much dire straits happening, you know, tough times happening right now, because it's all orchestrated to have you lean toward them, you know, to eventually get you to lean towards that what? All right, that MOTB, that Rice Krispy treat. Right? So let's grab a couple more and I'll call it a wrap. All right, this is Psalms 5 and and 11. But let all those that put their trust in thee rejoice. Let them ever shout for joy, because thou defendest them. Let them all also that love thy name be joyful in thee. For thou, Lord Yahweh, will bless the righteous with favor. Wilt thou compass him as with a shield? You see? So we're going to put our trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and constantly rejoice, man, through the good and the bad, man, because we have to go through the bads also, because the Lord is a perfect balance, man. So we go through the bads also to enjoy that righteousness and the good things when they do come forth, you see? So you can call upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and give him that praise, man, you know? To call upon that name and really, you know, give him that true praise, right? Let's grab 9, same book, Psalms. This is 9 and 9. It says the Lord Yahweh also will be a refuge for the oppressed. Yeah, we're constantly oppressed in this place, man. All right. It says a refuge in times of trouble. We are in the times of trouble, man. We are in dangerous times, as the scriptures tell you, perilous times. All right. It says, and they that know thy name will put their, see, those that know thy name, not names. All right, showing you that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai has only one name, as it tells you in Acts 4 and 12, man. There's no other name you are saved under the heavens, man. There's only one name, all right? And that's Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, okay? Yahweh means he exists in the Hebrew, all right? And Yahweh Shai means he is the deliverer. He is salvation. It says, and they that know thy name will put their trust in thee, for thou, Yahweh, has not forsaken them that seek thee. Yeah, the Lord not going to forsake us, man. But the ones that have forsaken the Lord and trusted in these other names and trusted in this government, what did the Lord say, man? Go and cry unto the gods which you have chosen, and let them deliver you in the time of your persecution, all right? And a time of trouble. Okay, let them deliver you out of this mess. See if it works out for you. It ain't gonna work out for you, man, because there's only one power, one true power. call Elohim La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, that we're able to have that name, man. All right, because none of us is worthy to have this truth. At the end of the day, we were all wicked as hell, man. So the fact that the Lord even gave us his name, man, is, hey, man, beautiful. Call Elohim La Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. Let's grab, I'll end it off with this one. Let me grab Psalms, same book, 2. It's a nice chapter 2. I'll grab 1 and 2. This is Psalms 2. I'm gonna grab 1 and 2 verses 1 and 2. Actually 1 through 4, and then the real point I wanted was 12. All right. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? All right. Why are the nations so angry with us, man? Why do they waste their time, all right, trying to make all these plans against us? Okay. It says the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, and the Lord shall have them in derision, man. The Lord is laughing at you, man. The fact that you think that your houses are going to continue forever, all right, that you're going to bring in this system and rule for the rest of eternity, all right. The Lord is laughing at you, man. All right, because he knows that your time is up. Okay, so let me jump down to the point that I wanted. All right, it says, I'll start grabbing from 11. It says, serve the Lord Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to constantly do, man. All right, fear Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, which is the duty of man. All right, and we're supposed to tremble. All right, we're supposed to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling, as the scriptures tell you. It says, kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. All right, I want to go into that word kiss in the linear. See what it brings up. All right, that word kiss goes into nasak, right? Excuse me. It says nasak. All right, it says, let me see. To put together, kiss. Touch gently. Let me go to the Strong's definitions. It says fastening up. The idea of fastening up. All right. To kiss, literally or figuratively. Give me 1 second. To equip with weapons. Yeah, well, our weapons of warfare are not carnal. All right, but our weapon is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You see, so we arm ourselves with this whole armor of truth, as the scriptures tell you, right? All right. As a matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. This is Ephesians 6 and 10, and it says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahweh Shah and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, right? Demons, against powers, against the rulers of darkness in this world, man. Going into those that rule this world, the elites, okay? The banking families, right? It says against spiritual wickedness in high places. Yeah, these devils are constantly at work, all right, doing spiritual wickedness, man. We're in the middle of the winter solstice right now, all right? So the level of witchcraft is very, very high right now, man. All right, and we can feel it through the spirit. All right, you even got these devils, you know, that's you know what? Let me, because the devil just passed right by me, because I believe this damn devil's on some weirdo shit. You throwing a whole never mind. He ain't not even worth talking about right now. Ain't nothing but Satan trying to throw my mind off right now. All right, let me continue. It says Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Okay. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see? So we have to arm ourselves, all right, with this truth, man, from head to toe. Okay. So going back, all right, to that word kiss, it goes into Nasak, all right, and one of the words is said to equip with weapons. You equip yourself with the real weapon, the spiritual weapon, which is these scriptures, this word. The Lord comes in the volume of the book, as the scriptures tell you, and we're arming, ultimately we are arming ourselves with Yahweh Shai. All right, it says armed, rule, kiss, that touch, blah blah blah. All right, let me see something. It's got a couple. It's got a couple strongs in here. This is, oh, yeah, yeah. Let me grab that. Hold on. There's two different strongs here. In the Strong's definition, they got two other Strongs. It's H230 2388. When I click into that, it's still Hasak, but it gives different definitions. All right. It says to strengthen, prevail, harden. Okay. Yeah, we have to strengthen ourselves in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. We have to harden ourselves, man. All right. And we'll be able to prevail. Okay. It says be strong, become strong. Yeah, we're going to become stronger and stronger every time we continue to call on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right. It says be firm. Yeah. All right. As the scriptures tell you, you know, to be unmovable, you know, be stable in this truth. All right. Grow firm. It says be resolute. It says be strong again, to prevail, firm, to press, be urgent. Yeah, you got to be urgent. Scriptures tell you not to put off from day to day, man. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. So this is an urgent thing that the Lord is telling you. He's telling you to urgently turn back to him, man, because sudden destruction is going to come upon the people. All right. And ultimately, it's going to be that hour of temptation that comes upon the world, that great snare. Right. To be severe, be grievous, to make strong, to restore strength. Yeah. All right. Because, you know, at one point we were weak. You know, we're not, you're weak unless you have Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is what makes you strong. Hey, Shalom, brother Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Brother Yuana. All right. So, where was I? Where was I? So many. Okay. To be severe, be grievous, to strengthen. Oh, to be urgent. That's what I was saying. To be urgent, man. So we have to be quick to turn to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Be quick. Then you go down a little bit more. Still says the same thing, to make strong, to display strength. Yeah, we're going to display the strength of our Lord. All right. How are we going to display that, man? By walking in his footsteps, man. Putting on the mind of Yahweh Shai, putting on as the elect. All right. Remember, we are examples onto the world of how you're supposed to how your characteristics with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is supposed to be, man. So we have to set forth that example onto the believers, you know, to make them believe even more in their, and to be strengthened more in their faith. Right? It says to support. Yeah, because that's the only support we got left, man. We have no support in this place, man. The only support you have is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to make it up out of here. Okay? It says to repair. Yeah, to repair us. Because we're all broken. You see? We were all broken, but we were all healed through Yahweh Shai, man. And the Lord breaks us down to build us back up even stronger every time. Okay? It says to have or to take or keep hold of. Yeah, there's truth. Hold that fast which thou has, right? That no man snatch thy crown. All right? To retain, hold up, sustain yourself. Yeah, sustain yourself with this truth. Keep yourself balanced, and that's how you keep yourself balanced with Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because the Lord is a balanced power. Okay? And what's the scriptures tell you? That knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. So having that knowledge and wisdom, which is the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, the light, all right, that's what's going to give you that stability in that time, man. All right? For you to fight these demons off. To be able to fight the good fight of faith. All right. It says to strengthen oneself, to put forth strength, to withstand, to hold strongly with. Okay. Yeah, we are held strong when we call upon that name. As the scriptures tell you, that the name of the Lord is a strong tower. All right. So we're held up strongly. All right. And the righteous man runneth to it and is safe. Okay, by us being held up strongly through the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, we are safe from all the wickedness, from all the evil things that come our way. All right, them bullets bounce off you, basically. Okay, it says, when you go down to the Strong's definition, pretty much saying the same words that I was just reading up there. Just a couple newer words. You got cure. All right, we are cured through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, because we are sick, as the scriptures say. Our people, the whole head is sick. All right, but we're cured. Okay, through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. It says to bind, to restrain, conquer. Yeah, we conquer everything through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Cleave. That's a beautiful one. That's the main one right there. All right. All right. When it says kiss the son, mean to cleave to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai urgently, quickly. Okay. Cleave, confirm, be constant. You know. That's like we have to constantly be praising Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, constantly praying, constantly fasting. All right, pray without ceasing, as the scriptures tell you. All right, it's a constant thing, man, to be calling on the name of the Lord, to be established. Yeah, you see, fortified, hold fast, lean. Yeah, lean. Instead of leaning towards this place, right? You lean towards Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And then when you lean, you got the word maintain. Yeah, you are maintained. Okay. Be recovered, repaired. Yeah, it's pretty much said everything. All these they say the same words over and over. They're just giving more sentences with it. All right. But that's the point, man. You see? So we have to cleave onto Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Expect more than ever, because this devil is setting this place up for complete failure, man. All right. And it's really designed for us to fail, man, and try to make us lean toward this society, man. But we're not, because we have Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to lean on, man. The Lord is your shepherd. You shall not want. Okay. You shall not want anything from the society, man. You shall always want Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. So, hey, Salaki, actually, because it was, I put quick hit or exhortation. It was a quick hit in my mind when I was putting it together. But, hey, the spirit had me going longer. So I'll probably change the title on that. But hey, with that being said, Lord willing, you were edified. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the good fight of faith. And Yahweh Ratazah, get out and make another lesson. Just in the middle of doing a bunch of video productions right now, which I got the spirit to do a couple of them right now. So, Lord willing, the Lord put the spirit on me in a little bit and come back out and make another lesson. So, with that being said, Shalom. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah, brother. Shalom.